Okay, good evening, guys. Good evening, everyone. I'm audible to everyone. Okay, so fine, guys. Let's just wait for 2 more minutes. Let the participants to join, and we'll start with the session. Okay, guys, so let's start with today's session. Now, guys, before starting with the session, I think I have already uploaded the like a file, the Power BI file onto the drive. So let me know, guys, if you go through it, if you try to implement those things into your like a file, and if you have any like a difficulty or doubt. Yeah, guys. Okay, so yeah, guys, I think yesterday we have discussed till this part, and even I told you that if you can try, let's say like since we have done till this part where we have actually done completed the like a complex or I can say the maybe I can say the difficult part of let's say this particular project or like the report because we have created the KPIs which is let's say required to perform let's say the customer segmentation for this particular organization. Now, guys, I actually ask you that if I now want to add let's say more charts and let's say the graphs. So what are maybe those charts and graphs which we can try to include it over here to get or to inherit let's say more and more information from this particular data set, definitely along with whatever the new columns or the new tables which we have added. So yeah, guys, anyone who has let's say try something and can tell me or can give me some like advice that okay, what can be our next like a chart or let's say the graph we can try to include it over here. Guys, okay, no one has let's say try something to maybe implement or create or what kind of a chart we can have. Uh, okay, it's fine then. I will continue with this particular like a page which I have right now. Okay, so what I can do, I can definitely surely try to do some adjustment over here with the existing chart so that there will be some space. I can buy some space, guys, into the height to let's say create more charts or to make this particular page let's say a bit more informative. Okay. Now, guys, over here, I can see that I tried to, let's say, create a bit of space at the bottom. Okay, and yeah, so these are nothing but guys the adjustment which we are simply doing at the end. Okay, so definitely these adjustments are required when you want to add let's say more information on a single page. And it actually guys really important in Power BI. So it actually comes with the like a practice that what kind of adjustment we can do. Okay. Definitely, guys, without without removing or without ignoring any kind of like a knowledge or the information which is actually coming from like these charts. Okay. So you can see guys that I'm just trying to make a very small adjustments over here so that I should not even lose any information over here. And at the same time, I can try to add, let's say, three more charts over here. Okay. So definitely, guys, we didn't lose any information. All the like numbers and pictures, I can say even the categories are clearly visible if I talk about any of this chart. Which we have created guys over here, and at any point of a time guys, let's say now we are aware of this particular tool, we are aware of this like a Power BI. So at any point of a time, if I want to if I want to get any of this information in bit more detail, I can just try to go onto the focus mode and like collect that information. Now guys, still now we try to see the total revenue by year, then we try to get total revenue let's say by a different category, and then the total revenue by different city. Now guys, all these three information are really important from a client to understand how the trend of like the revenue or how the trend of like sales are actually going on, whether the sales are actually going up or whether it is going down. So this particular information is really important for the client. Next, guys, again, let's say if I talk about a similar kind of a website like Amazon, Mintra, or like a Flipkart, who are actually dealing in multiple categories. So it is important, guys, or even guys, even if I talk about a particular website who is actually which is actually dealing in just one category, but there's many subcategories are there. Okay, so let's say if I talk about one like a website, there's a Bokuf is there, there's a Niemans. Okay, so Niemans actually especially dealing in the footwear products. But again, guys, I can try to make multiple categories over there. Okay, so even into the footwear products, there is let's say sneakers, then there's a sports shoes, then there's a flip flops, then there's a sleepers, then there's a okay, so there are multiple categories, guys, over here. Now, if really they definitely want to understand that which category is giving them like a more profit, or which category is probably not giving them a profit at all. Okay, so on that, definitely, guys, these informations are also really required. Okay, the same thing, guys, if you open any website, there's always a section, guys, of male and female. So we have the data, guys, over here for gender also. So again, it is important to understand that most of my revenue, whether it is coming from male customer or whether it is coming from let's say the female customer. The same thing, guys, we have you can see that we also have the age column over here. So if I want to understand, guys, that if I want to understand these things in terms of frequency, that which age group is, let's say, more active, or which age group is giving me the like most sell or more revenue, I can definitely, guys, look around this age column as well. Okay, so definitely, guys, there are a lot of things which needs to be analyzed like over here. But right now, guys, moving on, because right now I'm looking into the this transaction table. So I'm just trying to check that if there is anything really important like left in this transaction table, which is really necessary to, let's say, examine, or which is really necessary to, let's say, analyze. Okay, so I can see, guys, that I already analyze that city, okay, the category, okay, which again, guys, these two columns are really important and we already analyzed it. The customer segmentation part, guys, I actually didn't analyze it, and I leave it intentionally over here, because I will take it probably on a different page with the other tables as well. Then, guys, we have the sales channel over here and the reason. So reason, I think, again, it is going to be the east, west, north, south. So I will simply check, guys, that what is the sales channel over here? Is it having some? Is it containing some important information, or is it something which I really need to understand? So yeah, the sales channel, guys, is actually contained to information over here. It means that whether you are taking a product online, or whether you are taking a product by going into the sale. And again, guys, the payment method can play a very important role. Okay, again, because, guys, this is what actually happened, that based on your payment behavior, based on your transaction behavior, you'll get a different kind of offer. Like, guys, like for me, I whenever I try to do online shopping, so most of the shopping, guys, I actually try to do with the let's say my credit card. Okay, so in that case, it doesn't matter what credit card I'm using. I'm actually getting this pop-up message every now and then, or maybe in every 10 or 15 days, that okay, if you buy something with this particular credit card, you'll get 10%, 20%, 15% kind of a cashback. Okay, now this is just again, guys, this is just a marketing gimmick, which let's say at the same time, if you are looking for any product, so you just go ahead and you try to buy that product, because you think that okay, you'll get some like a sort of cashback over there. So you try to just calculate that amount, and you find out that okay, then my amount will be very low. Okay, so that is, again, guys, it's a marketing gimmick, but that's what the company trying to run, so that they again can get more sales and the customers. Okay, the same thing, guys, if you're using, let's say, if your mode on delivery, or if your mode of like a payment is like a UPI, then a similar kind of offer, or maybe something you will start getting on UPI. Okay, and the same thing, guys, goes with the debit card and all. So what we can do, I think we have not used this column chart, or maybe the bar chart over here till now. So I will take this column chart, and I'll try to analyze like where we have more number of customers, or let's say that I can try to check, guys, that from which particular payment method we are getting more number of sales. Okay, so I can just try to put, guys, the payment method over here onto the x-axis. Now these are not the new chart, guys, for you. I think we already know about it. And then, guys, we can talk about the total revenue, which I can take onto the y-axis. Okay. So the total revenue, guys, are actually same throughout. Not exactly same. You can see the numbers are different, but in some way it looks similar. So I think, guys, then what else I can do instead of checking this um like a pay total revenue over here, I can probably, guys, go ahead with the invoice ID, or I can even, guys, try to talk about the total orders. So let's see that whether it is there any difference. Okay, so now, guys, if I try to talk about it, let me just try to use a format printer, and we can actually check, guys, that which payment method is probably most preferable, means which payment method for which payment method there's more number of orders. Okay, so you can again, guys, actually find out that there's not much difference, because you can see, guys, that there's a 4.1 thousand orders are there where the transaction has been made for from like debit card. Then we have, guys, 4,000 orders where the transaction made by a UPI. Then a similar, guys. Okay, so a very much similar number of transaction has been made through credit card, then cash. And then, guys, I can see that wallet, guys. So this is actually the lowest in term in comparison to other. But if you look at the, guys, the numbers, so yeah, but every payment method is almost same. Okay, so again, guys, over here I can just go inside it, and I can try to even change the color over here, because if I want to maintain that theme, so I can just try to bring even this also into the same color. So yeah, this is one thing, guys, we are actually getting it over here, and we can actually observe that there's not there did not, like, guys, maybe a huge impact on of a payment method for a customer, because almost, guys, for every payment method we have let's say a similar number of orders over here. That is, this is what we can actually observe, or we can actually check. Okay. Fine. I think now, guys, going ahead, let's see that what else we can actually create, or what else we can probably try to draw. Now, guys, definitely you have to preserve, like, let's say one or two information. Like, I see that there's a sales channel, and there's a reason, okay, which is still left. But I can clearly observe, guys, that into the sales channel, there are just two sales channel, okay, whether online or whether like a cash. So I can try to just take it on to the slicer, and that's that definitely, guys, a better option for this. Now what I can probably do, guys, over here, I can try to probably create the line chart, and I can try to utilize, guys, along with the year, or along with, let's say, the month. I can try to utilize, guys, let's say the reason. Okay, so we right now, guys, having a trend for like a year, that how the trend is going on. Let's say, guys, right now we just have a data for 2 year, but if I have a data of, let's say, guys, 4 year, 5 year, so in that case, even we can try to check that which reason is let's say more profitable, or have giving me more sales in that particular like a term, or in that particular like a year. Okay, so for that, guys, let's see that what we can do over here. We can try to bring this line chart over here, and inside this line chart, guys, I can try to use multiple things. I can try to definitely take, guys, the invoice date over here, and what I will do, guys, I will remove the month and day. I will go ahead with year and quarter. I will definitely take, guys, the total revenue, which we have created. I can try to take it into the y-axis, and then guys, there's a legend. In that legend, I can try to drag and drop the regions. Okay, so you can see guys that there are four regions we have. Again, I will just try to click on the format painter, apply it over here so that everything looks similar. And I can see guys that like the definitely the four regions, you can see guys that definitely overall sales are actually increases. And you can see guys that you have this drill down option. Okay, so right now it is giving me in terms of like year only, but let's say if you want to go to the next level of hierarchy, means if you want to see for quarter, okay, because you can see that guys that you have a quarter also over here. If you click on the quarter, then you'll get it in terms of the quarter guys. Okay, so for each quarter guys, you can see that what actually the thing which is happening over here. Okay, so in quarter one guys, you can see that what is the scenario, like which particular let's say the reason is actually doing good. Okay, then in the next quarter you can see that okay, what is happening, which particular like a reason is actually doing good. Okay, so you can see guys that you can try to break this like information in a definitely guys in a different like a, let's say to the next level of hierarchy. And definitely guys, this brings more information on the table for my client, that instead of just looking into the trend. Okay, so year wise how the trend is going on, we can see that quarter wise how this trend or how these numbers are actually changing for a different reason. Okay, because you can see that there's a very important information over here. If I talk about this particular region, which is the east region, so in the east region guys, you can see that the sales are actually very is actually 4.63 million in the first quarter, and then it actually drop sharply over here, and the sales are actually reaching to 4.19 million. Okay, then it goes up definitely in the first quarter, third and fourth quarter, but it's not able to it's not able to sync up with the like other regions. Okay, so it is definitely lesser in comparison to the other regions. Whereas guys, there's again one more interesting information over here. If I talk about this particular region, which is a south region, so in the south region guys, you can see that how the sales are actually going on through the different quarters. So in the first quarter for south region, there's a 4.8 million sale, then it goes down to 4.6 million, then it goes up to 4.65, and then guys, there's a sharp increase into the sell from the south region and become 5.13 million, which is actually maximum in comparison to all other regions. Okay, then you can see guys that just opposite is actually happening into the north region, because in the third quarter the north region actually doing good, like we are getting 5.04 million from that region. But again, we need to understand the reason behind it, that what actually happened in that into that reason, that the sale is actually again sharply dip like in the first quarter, and from 5 million it actually goes down to, let's say, 4.8 million. Okay, so again guys, if you break it down into like this way, so you'll get let's say more information from a particular like a page. And you can see guys that you always have this option like drill down and drill up. So let's say if I want to drill up, means again if I want to see the data for like a year, you'll start getting within with respect to the year. And if you want to drill down, means if you want to see with respect to the quarter, you can just go over here and you can see that the result like changes with respect to the quarters. Okay, so yeah, I hope guys that this particular chart is also clear to everyone. So this is how guys you have to think. Okay, I also not have any like a document for this, not not have anything to like go through it. Let's say I just have the problem statement from my client, and based on that and definitely guys, there's a huge amount of data. It means that there are a lot of information around the data itself. So we have to just think of it like, okay, from that you have we just not have like one sheet, we have multiple sheets. So by using that multiple sheet, what are all the information I can try to extract from there to, let's say, help my client. Okay, So yeah, guys, I hope that like all these five charts are making a sense. And definitely this is just the very first report page. Okay, we'll move ahead and we'll try to create more pages, because as I told you that we also want to analyze the customers. We also want to analyze, let's say, the different segments. So for that, there will be different definitely, guys, more pages needs to be created. But for time being, guys, I think these five charts are making a sense, and the important thing is that we are getting a lot of information from like these five charts. Yeah, guys, is it clear? Any doubt, guys, or any question to anyone? Okay, so as I told you guys that there are two more things. Let's say that there's one more thing at least, that is the sales channel, and for that I told you guys that I will check it into the slicer. Apart from that, guys, I don't think that apart from that recency, frequency, monetary, I don't think that any column is left which we didn't analyze it over here. So I think we have done with this transaction table. Now I'll go to the product table, because in the product table, guys, we have very limited information. We just have four columns over there, and even, guys, from those four columns, we have already analyzed the category. We have already analyzed the category, and unit price, guys, alone will not make any like a sense. So when we multiply the unit price with the quantity, we already got the total sales, and we already analyze it. Now, guys, the important thing to analyze over here is the product name. Okay, so definitely, guys, if you go inside this table, let's say into the product table, and if you go inside this category, and then especially, guys, into the category also, because again, guys, we already checked that there are six categories: beauty, electronic, fashion, groceries, home and kitchen, and sports. And then, guys, there are multiple items. There's so many like a product item, and these are the product names. Now, definitely, guys, analyzing these all the product at once is not possible. So what we will do, guys, over here, if I just want to check that what are the top seven products, or what are the top 10 products, so that is something, guys, we can easily analyze. Okay, that is not something that cannot be analyzed over here. So I'm giving you the, guys, same task. Okay, so before I am going to draw it, I want you to try this particular thing. Just try to analyze, guys. Just tell me the top 10 products name. Okay, just so you have to analyze the product by total revenue by product. Okay, and you have to tell me that top 10 products. Do it, guys, everyone. Just try to analyze like the top 10 products. Which are the top 10 products we have over like into this data set? Do it, guys, let me know. Okay, you have that 5 to 7 minutes of time. Draw it. Tell me the top 10 products based on the revenue. Yeah, guys, anyone who has created those that chart with top 10 products based on revenue, which are the top 10 products? Yeah, guys, anyone? Alisha, Lakshmi, Rohit, anyone, guys, who has created the top 10 products by revenue? Now, definitely, guys, since there are more than definitely there may be more than 100 products we have. So in that case, guys, definitely we can actually use the cluster bar chart to create that top 10, top 5. Okay. Fine, Alicia, not an issue. You can tell me. Okay, so just tell me those. Just write those three or four names. We can check that whether it is matching or not. Top three, four, five names, whatever you are getting from your chart. So definitely, guys, since the list of products are actually high, we may have like more than 100 products over there into our data set. So it is not possible, guys, to uh, to, to to create to put all those 100 products, or let's say more than 100 products over here. And in that case, guys, we can try to let's say take let's say we can try to take the 10 products, or maybe five products. And even, guys, in order to show that 10 or five products, the bar chart is always better in comparison to, let's say, the clustered column chart. So what I can do, I can try to take those products over here. So I can try to take all the product name onto the y-axis. Okay. And for x-axis, guys, I can try to, let's say, talk about the total revenue I told you. So I can take the total revenue onto the x-axis. Now, right now, guys, you can see that there are a lot of products we are getting it over here. And definitely, guys, if I try, even if I just try to scroll down, then there are a lot of products. There are the products which are very less revenue at the end we are getting. So it automatically arrange, guys, in a descending order. That's a good thing. But still, I just want, let's say, top 10, top 5. And then even, guys, on the basis of that, on the basis of this, if I even want to instead of checking on the basis of revenue, if I even want to check, guys, on the basis of orders, or on the basis of, let's say something else. So yes, even that can also be done. But into that, guys, the most important thing is we first try to apply the filter on the top of it. Okay. So whenever, guys, you have this kind of a scenario that you have 100,000 products or 100,000 categories, and you want to, let's say, get the top five, top two, top threes. I think, guys, we already discussed about it. We can actually every time use the filter over there. Okay, so you can see that there's a filter pane. I can go over here and I can see, guys, that if I selected the particular chart, then automatically, guys, whatever the things you're going to apply, it will actually ask you that whether you want to apply this filter on this visual only, or let's say if you want to apply whatever the filter you are applying, if you want to apply that filter on the entire page, or if you want to apply this filter on each and every page, whatever the page you are going to create after this. Okay, so definitely guys, I want to apply that filter on this visual only, not to other let's say the visual and not any other page. So what I will do, I will simply go into the total revenue, and over here guys, right now we have the option of less than equals to, not less than equals to. We can simply try to check if we get the option of okay, so 1 second. Okay, so we can try to add this total revenue over here, and in that total revenue guys, we don't want that uh, okay, I think we need to apply it on this. Okay, so there's a basic filtering, and then there's a top N. I can select, let's say, top 10. And over here, guys, on which value I want to perform it. So I want to perform it on total revenue. So you can see guys that what actually we are writing it over here. We want to take the product name, the top 10 product name based on the total revenue. Now, if I click on this apply filter, so the filter will be applied. I can just remove this filter like a pane. I can just try to take the formatting from anywhere. Okay, so I can just click on it and I can apply the format painter on the top of it. And then we can try to apply this particular filter. Okay, so you can see guys that what is happening over here. I got that top 10 products. So if I talk about guys serum 176, now this is the top performing product, or I can say that the maximum revenue guys are actually complete company actually generating from this product. And this product guys is actually the belonging to the category of definitely a beauty products. Okay, so beauty and whatever that category is. Okay, so I think we have this category as a, yeah, beauty category. So this product belonging to the beauty category, so definitely guys the price of this product is definitely a bit higher, and maybe because of that the maximum sales are, and actually as they maybe this product is actually good in terms of the quality, and that these are the reason guys why these products are this particular product is actually giving the maximum revenue or the maximum sale. Okay, then we have snacks 47. Okay, so again a 0.85 million. Then we have the same guys coming from this football triple one. Now guys, football triple one is actually belonging to the sports category, whereas I can see that snacks 47 may belonging to let's say the grocery like a category. Okay, so you can even try to understand guys which product is actually having, let's say, the good rating or let's say the high rating, because definitely these products you can see that what kind of a products we are getting it over here. They are not a very high price products, but still they are giving you more maximum revenue. It means guys that they are actually selling more in quantity. Okay, and if anything guys selling you are able to sell more in quantity, it means guys that the quality of the product is good. Okay, definitely let's say guys, if I talk about any website, okay, let's say the website who are actually dealing in a footwear product. Now I told you that let's say guys there's a website who are dealing in a footwear products, and there are multiple footwear item they are selling in. Okay, now definitely guys, let's say for one particular item or one particular category they are getting more sell or they're getting maximum sell, it means guys that that particular product according to the price is best in the quality and in comparison to any other. Okay, because you can see that they also like selling the other products which are definitely high in a price, but they are actually at the bottom. Okay, at the fourth place we have a smartphone 30, then we have again football 140, then we have laptop also guys over here, but it is placing at the sixth position. Okay, then we have shoes 196, dumbbell 174, jeans 129, table 127. Okay, so these are the top 10 selling products. Okay, you can see guys that yeah, it definitely inside the electronic category we are having this smartphone and the laptop, and then we are inside a grocery category guys properly we are having that snack 47. The other item guys, I think dumbbell, then table, they are so a dumbbell and the football, they are actually belonging to the sports category. Okay, and then you also get the fashion category. So most probably the jeans and the shoes are maybe the part of that category. Okay, so yeah, guys, you can you are getting that top 10 products in terms of revenue over here. Okay, now definitely guys, you don't need to scroll up or down over here because you just apply the filter for the top 10. Okay, now the same thing guys, let's say right now you're getting the revenue over here. I told you that even if you want to see that for which particular product there is more number of orders or which are selling in more number of quantity. So yes, you can even try to check that as well. Okay, so 124 orders has been made for smartphone 30. Then on the second number we have shoes 196, then football, then laptop, then serum. Okay, so I think guys the list are actually list is almost same, just difference in the positioning. Okay, and the same thing guys, if you want to check with respect to the quantity, you can even try to drag the quantity over here and get the quantity also. Okay, so laptop 13 is on the top. And again, guys, I think we are getting the same list over here, but just one thing is happening that the positions are different. Okay. So fine, guys. I think now we have completed the page one. Just one thing needs to be added. That is the slicer, which we have discussed even earlier. That what I can try to add into the slicer. So there must be a slicer somewhere. I can try to add it. So I will simply drag it and move it onto the top. And we know guys that how to make this slicer smaller in size and all. So I will do that. I will simply try to add guys that one column which is left from the transaction table, because the other column guys of the transaction table is something which we have already analyzed. So I will simply put it over here, and then I can try to apply the format painter. We can see that whether it is applicable. Yes, it is applicable. And you can see guys that we are getting, so just two options are there. So it is pretty much easier for me to actually go ahead with the with this option also. But even if you still want to have, let's say, any different option, so instead of vertical list, you can also have the tile. So since it's just two options, you can even try to go ahead with this. Okay. Then in that case, but you can try to put it into the title, which looks much better. So I can take it as sales channel. And yeah, now this looks more fantastic. I can try to just add the effect. I think it is already added. Just check the visual border and shadow. Okay, so everything is already there, guys, because we have done the formatting from there. We can just try to check the color for this. We can try to make it bold so that it should be visible. Okay, now guys, I think this is good, I guess, or I think this can be black itself. That's fine. Okay. Now guys, yeah, we got all these thing on the very first page. Now guys, again, this whole page is a completely dynamic one. And one more thing is you can actually check that when you try to create this whole like a report, you have taken some like a sort of background over here. Okay. Now guys, let's see that over here you have taken just a simple gray like a color as a background. But let's assume guys that if you have taken some proper background, if you have taken some proper like a wallpaper, maybe some like let's say guys, if you're creating it for any of your client, or if you're creating it for PPDC or maybe Flipkart. Okay, so Flipkart actually having their own logo, having their own like a watermark, they're having on their like a background wallpaper, everything. Now let's say guys, into the back there's maybe a yellow background for Flipkart, there may be a reddish background for the Myntra and all. Now guys, over here if I use this white like a color background over here, you can see that everywhere we actually use this white background. And with that white background guys, actually what happening that your original background which is there into the back of each of these chart and each of these cards, that is not visible. Okay. So in that case, guys, what you can do, you can try to select any of this chart, just select one, and into the general, guys, if you go into the effect, you'll see, guys, that there's a background. The color is actually white. Okay. Let's say, guys, that I don't want this white color. I want that this background, or let's say the individual background of this chart should matches with my original background, which is the background of the theme or the background of the company. Now, in that case, guys, you just need to do one thing. You just need to make this transparency at 100%. And again, guys, in order to make it a bit more similar to all the themes which we have created, you can try to make it of same rounded corner, and again the same width whatever we have taken for the cards. And in a similar way, guys, that shadow you can try to give and make it a same color. Now you can see, guys, that if I just click over here, you can see that this looks pretty much similar what we have created on the top. Now I can just use a format painter and apply it throughout, let's say, all other charts over here. Okay. So just click on it, select format painter, and put it onto the payment method. Okay. Okay, similarly, guys, just use this format painter, apply it over here. Okay, again, use format painter, apply it over here. And finally, guys, apply this format painter over here also. Okay. Now this color, I think because everywhere, guys, we didn't change the color, so it becomes same. I can try to just make it purple. And similarly over here, if I want to make it as purple, I can do that. Okay. If you want, guys, you can try to bring maybe a small change, make it bit dark purple so that it looks better. Okay. And the same thing, guys, with these cards as well. And for that, guys, you just need to do it for one card. And for the other card, guys, you just need to apply it. Okay. So just copy it, paste it over here, copy it, paste it over here, copy it, paste it over here. Same goes for the next one. Okay. Similarly for the last two. Okay, and then we have one last left over here. And the same, guys, I want into my title as well. And the same I want with my slicer. So you can see, guys, now if you look at this whole like a page, if you try to export it into the PDF, PPT, whatever it is, you'll see, guys, that this entire theme, guys, looks amazing. Okay, definitely, guys, it should matches with your like a company logos and theme. Okay, so let's say, guys, if I talk about that any particular firm or the organization having this purple theme, or let's say having that gray like color of like a theme, guys. So definitely you can see, guys, that every chart over here is actually matches with those. Okay. So fine, guys, with this our page one is actually done. Whatever the naming you want to do, you can try to do it like later on. I will right now I just try to take it as report one. And then, guys, we'll move on to our next page. And I told you, guys, that there are two more pages left. So since we actually analyze the transaction table and the product table, now in the next one, guys, I can try to analyze the customer table, the customer base in analysis we can do. And along with that, guys, we can also in the next after that table, guys, we can try to create let's say one dedicated report for the segmentation like a table. Okay. So I think, guys, yeah, I hope that this part is clear to everyone till the page one. Any doubt, guys, in the page one with any chart or anything we have created? Yeah, guys. So you can even check, guys, that what is the impact of different sales channels. So ultimately, guys, 74 million is the total sales. Now you can see, guys, that what is the impact of the online sales. You can see, guys, that in that case, it means, guys, that you have like half of the like sales are actually coming from the online medium, online channel, and then half of the sales are actually coming from the let's say a cash, or let's say like a non-online channel. Okay, then you can see that total number of orders over here. So this is again half. Total customers like are actually same. Then we have average order value, it is also same. Then guys, you can see that the repeat purchase rate is actually dropped down to 97 million, not 97%, not too much, but yeah, 97%. And then retention rate is actually same. Okay, you can see, guys, that revenue, what is the impact of revenue over here. Then you can also see, guys, that the impact of different impact on different category. So even still, guys, the sports but sports category is on the top. One thing, guys, I need to correct it over here. I think the legend is on. So yeah, you can see, guys, that 22.07% sales are actually coming from sports beauty. So I think, guys, there's not more much difference if I talk about the online sale, and the same, guys, with these two purchase. Okay. Again, after this, guys, if I even want to now, guys, the important thing, the good thing about the Power BI, that if I want to check, guys, that the impact of any particular category or impact of any particular like a product, you can actually do that. If I want to see, guys, that what is the impact of the beauty product, and you can see, guys, that trend, the city-wise revenue, then let's say, guys, the purchase rate, let's say repeat customer rate, retention rate, total orders, all, guys, you can see, let's say, for the beauty product only. So if I want to check that, so I can click on this beauty category and see, guys, that everything over here actually changes. You can see, guys, that in my product, if I talk about the product, guys, so in that top 10 product list, we just have one product belonging to that beauty category, which is actually giving you the like a sale of around 0.9 million. Okay, so in that top 10 product list, we just have one product like belonging to the beauty category. Okay, then you can see, guys, that earlier, guys, you actually observe that there may be a lot of revenue from the Delhi, but it is actually decreases. If I talk about just one category, Ahmedabad, guys, is earlier also on the top. Right now, also, guys, more sales from the Ahmedabad. Then you guys can see there is that Pune and Mumbai. So the sell, guys, from the Pune is very low. Okay. Ahmedabad is still on the top. Okay. And you can see, guys, that what is the total revenue you are generating. So that number is already there, but you can see, guys, the total orders. Okay. So 4,000 is the total orders, which is there for the beauty product. Then you can see, guys, that the average order value, and you can see, guys, that what is the repeat purchase rate over here. Now this is an important thing which you can observe over here, that the repeat purchase rate for the beauty product category, it is 62.8 like a percent. Okay, so you can see, guys, that it actually dropped down, and you can see the reason, guys, that in the top 10 selling products, we just have one product which is actually there. Okay, it means that definitely, guys, for the other product, maybe the maybe the review or the quality is not that good, and that is why you can see that a dip in that repeat purchase rate. Okay, then, guys, if you look at the sports product, let's see, if I want to see the sports category, you can actually observe, guys, that repeat purchase rate for the sports category is actually higher in comparison to the beauty category. Even the sales are actually more. Even, guys, and then, guys, if you want to see that how many products are there in the top 10 product list, so probably, guys, there are four products into that top 10 product list belonging to the beauty product. And you can see, guys, that earlier, if you observe that from Delhi, there's a less sell for the sports for the beauty category. but there's more sell, guys, for this sports category, for the beauty, for the sports category. For let's say I can talk about, if I talk about the sports category, there's a more sell, guys, in comparison to the beauty category. Okay, then you have, guys, Hyderabad, Pune over here. Okay, and guys, there's very less sell from Mumbai. Okay, so this is again, guys. So region wise, you can see that which product or which category is more dominating in which like a region or in which city. Okay, so you can see, guys, that yeah, Pune is better if I compare with the beauty product, but Mumbai, from Mumbai, guys, still there's a less sell. In a similar way, guys, you can see that again, you can try to analyze the reason over here. So in quarter three, for the sports category, there's a more sell coming from the north region in comparison to any other like a region. Okay. And you can see, guys, that in 2025, the more sell, there's 8.1 million sell alone, guys. 8.1 million sell is actually generated from the sports category. Okay. So in this way, guys, if you just try to simply click on any category over here, we can see that what are the changes in let's say the other values, or in other regions, or in other quarter with respect to that category. Okay, so if I just want to, before going ahead, if I just want to check one more, let's say the fashion category, you can see, guys, that average order value for the sports, it is 4.4 something. For fashion, it is 3.58. Okay, even, guys, the repeat purchase rate is, I think it is better than the beauty product, but it is less than that sports one. Okay, and you can see, guys, that in that top 10 product list, we have only one category over here, only one product over here, that's the jeans. Okay, and Ahmedabad, guys, is always on the top, is irrespective of any like a product. But yeah, guys, you can see that there's a difference in like a quarter, there's a difference in regions. Okay, so if I talk about, guys, the more sell is actually coming in the quarter four, and that is coming from the north region. Okay, so all these things, guys, we can actually analyze it over here for like a different category. So that's a good thing, guys, about the Power BI, that in Power BI, only let's say the it's not like that. If you create the slicer, if you create a different slicer, so that is all, or that is the only thing working as a slicer. Even, guys, the other columns over here, guys, also actually working as a slicer only. Okay, so I hope, guys, that this is clear to everyone. Yeah, any doubt, guys, or any like a question till this part? Okay, now, guys, let's move on to the second page then. Okay, now into second page, guys, as I told you that definitely there are more things I am going to draw, but it's not necessary, guys, that we'll only discuss about the customer, because we just have like 6 7 columns in the customer. So definitely, guys, we'll take the other things also into the consideration. But still, guys, you can think of what are all the things we can try to take from the like a customer table, and we can try to create it over here. Okay, so we'll take, I'm taking like this 2 minutes of break, and meanwhile, guys, just try to think of some of the charts which you can advise me to create it over here for customer, and even, let's say, if it is coming from any other table. Okay, guys. So, yeah, anyone who can suggest me what are the charts we can try to create over here to analyze our customers? Yeah, guys. Okay, I got maybe one suggestion each. Group. Okay. Now, what kind of a chart can we develop onto that? So you can see guys that we have the age column over here, and you can again guys can see that there are one value at a time over here into the age. Now definitely guys, this is again one a column we can try to add on actually into this particular table that can be with the name of age group, because definitely guys, if I try to analyze in this way, then it will be difficult. There may be a lot of sticks and we are not able to understand that. Then we are not able to understand guys that which age group let's say needs to be targeted, and which age group is let's say giving more profit or something. Okay, so that is something guys we are not able to analyze it over here. Okay, if I try to develop let's say the column chart or any other chart over here, so because there are a lot of continuous values over here. So what I need to do is, guys, we need to first create a age group over here. Okay. And again, guys, for that, I think we have developed many times, guys, we have created that function which actually help us to create any a group. And I hope, guys, that by this time, every one of you able to remember of that function. So yeah, guys, please try to create one new column in this particular table into the customer table with the name age group. Okay, and based on this, guys, you can actually decide that minimum maximum value. So I think that we have the customer from 18 to 70. So I hope that we can probably try to make. So I think we have 52 values in total. Let's take it. Let's say 50 values in total. So I think we can try to make maybe five or four groups over here. Do it, guys, everyone. And guys, this time you are going to send me that code which I can try to apply to create this new column. Do it, guys, everyone. Try to create a new column where you have to make, let's say, four or five different age groups. Yep, guys, anyone who has developed that, you just need to create a new column with the name age group and then just make 4 or 5 segment over there. Yeah, guys. Yeah, anyone who has developed that? Is what you guys are doing here. It's again very simple. You have to use a switch function only, and you can create that age group over here. Okay, so if I just create, click on that new column, I can try to create a switch function over here. Then try to name it as, let's say, age group. And over here, I can try to use, let's say, this function called switch. Uh, Make this expression as true, comma, and then I just need to write that conditions. Okay, so my condition should be applied on to the age. So I will write age over here, customer's age. Now, if this age is okay, now you can try to just decide these values by yourself. Okay, so I can say that I think guys, we can try to make let's say 4 groups over here. So I can try to take this value if it is less than or equals to 30. I can name it as let's say teenagers. Okay, or yeah, or even guys, it is fine that even if you try to not trying to give it any name over here, because we might get confused with that. So even you can try to name it like this. Okay, so 18 to 30. Okay, and then similarly in the second one, we can take the other category, and I just leave it to guys to you that you can try to select based on your preference. Okay, so if the value is let's say less than equals to 30, if you are taking it as that, now over here guys I need to write two conditions. The first one is the age if it is greater than 30. Okay, and the second we can check it over here itself, or we can try to make let's say guys for greater than only till the end. uh the second I can try to take check if the age is let's say less than or equals to 40. Now, in a similar way, guys, just like we name it for the first one, we can try to name it over here. Let's say between 30 to 40. You have to take care of that inverted comma that is required. Now, in the third one, guys, I can again try to make, I can again try to write a condition in a similar way. So if it is again greater than let's say 40, and we have to again check if it is let's say less than or equals to 50, I will name it as then 40 to 50. You have to simply check, guys, every time that if it is going fine. Then the next you can try to again take customer age if it is greater than 50, and these are again and if it is let's say less than or equals to, I can say 60, I will name it as 52 60 over here. And finally, guys, if none of the conditions are actually correct, then I will simply name it as greater than 60. Okay, because we know the guys that the last value we have is let's say 70. Okay, so you can simply try to check all these things over here which you have written. Just need to like a cross check over here. And as I told you guys that definitely if you want to give some name like the teenagers, let's say the um, any other like a name you want to give over here, or let's say elder, seniors, above 70, whatever the name guys you want to give, you can even try to give them. Now you can just try to check that if everything is correct, just click enter, and you'll find that a new column will be created over here as age group. Okay, so as I already told you guys that the reason of like creating this age group is to make sure that so that we can try to bring, or we can try to create at least some chart on the top of it, because if I am not creating it, then we probably not able to create any chart, because in that case, guys, there are so many sticks are there. Okay, so you can even try to confirm that whatever the groups we are making, we have made, whether it is working fine or not. So you can see, guys, that 23 it should come inside 18 to 30. 32 it should come between 30 to 40. Then 43 it should come between 40 to 50. Then we have 35. 35 should come again between 30 to 40. Then we are 60. We have 62 over here. 62 should come into this category greater than 60. Okay. So yeah, we are getting all that different age groups over here. Okay. Is it clear, guys, to everyone? Yeah. Guys, is that clear to everyone? So multiple time, guys, we have used this switch function, and definitely, guys, you need to work on all these things. Do a practice, guys, because without practice, guys, these like a tool training is really a waste. Okay, so just try to make more and more practice for all these. One more thing, guys, you can observe that the customer join date, it is again in that whole number format, which definitely guys we always require in a date format. Okay, although guys definitely it's not, this particular column is not really necessary to give you some sort of insight or analysis, but yeah, let's say, guys, if anywhere I want to see that which customer is actually joined at what time. Okay, so means this is nothing but, guys, that particular time or that particular year, or you can say that particular month in which like the customer actually made the very first order. Okay, so if I want to, let's say, understand that particular part over here, so I can definitely try to even change this customer join date also into the correct date format. Okay. So you again, guys, know that you can try to go in this transform data and you can try to do the formatting. Now, guys, right now I'm not going to create any text box over here. Those are like again guys the things for beautification, so that we'll do later on, like on a free day, on a free time. Right now guys, we try to focus on creating the charts over here, like again whatever the charts can be created. So just like guys, just right now we have taken, we have created that age group. Now I can simply try to take that which age group is actually more active, or which age group is giving me more revenue, or let's say the more orders. Now for that guys, I can just click on this clustered column chart, and we can try to shift it a bit down so that the title can be written on the top. Now over here guys, and again guys, make sure that whatever the theme you have taken, like over here, okay, so whatever the theme guys you have taken on this particular page, that same thing guys should continue. Okay, so you can simply try to check that the canvas background you have taken of let's say this gray color something. Okay, and so you have to guys continue with that same like a theme. Okay, so now over here in on the second page, if I want to continue with that, I can simply try to go into this canvas background, and I have to take that color, let's say this color maybe there, and transparency I can reduce to 0%, or let's say 10% something. Okay, so just make sure guys that both should look same. Okay, then the canvas setting also guys, you can check that if yeah, this also needs to be same. So you can try to just make sure that the width, I think over there we have taken as 1300, because guys, let's say when you try to export it, okay, so when you try to export it guys, so every page will come with a different size, and that doesn't looks good. So fine, now this is perfect. So whatever the thing guys I have taken, whatever the changes I have done over there, I just try to do the same change over here also. Okay. Now going ahead, we can try to create our first chart over here. So I told you that what we can do, we can try to just drag the age group, and we can try to see that which age group is more active. And in on that basis, guys, then we'll try to do the marketing. So if I want to see that from which age group we are getting more revenue, so I can see that. And even guys, if you want to see that which age group giving the like more orders, so you can even check that. Okay, so I will guys focus on that total revenue. Now let's see that what is happening over here. So you can clearly observe guys that the age group of like 18 to 30, this age group guys is actually giving you let's say more revenue, or I can say guys that more sales. Okay, and what we can try to do, we can definitely try to see the formatting over here, and we can try to make sure that the formatting should be good. So I can try to on the data labels, we can try to move on to the general, add the title. So right now it is total revenue by age. I can simply try to take it as total revenue by age. And again guys, everything should be same. We need to change the text color, which should matches with the previous one, bring it into the middle central alignment. And the other thing guys, which is like required over here, so I think I already added the data labels. This data label guys, the value can be let's say a bit bold, so that it should be visible. Definitely guys, we don't require again that x and y axis thing over here. So because into the title guys it is already written, so we don't require this y axis thing, which is like total revenue, and if like whatever the number is given over there, we don't require any of that thing. We can remove it. On the x axis guys, we definitely require the value, but we don't require the title, so we can even remove that. Now guys, it is perfect. And whatever guys we have done even earlier with the color, the same thing guys, I can try to do it over here also. So let's say I think just try to remove it, and guys, there's a columns. Right now it is blue in color. I can try to change it to, let's say, a dark purple. Okay, now you can see guys that which particular age group is more active, or which particular age group giving you like more cells. So if I talk about it guys, so the maximum sales are actually coming from this age group, which is like between 18 to 30, 17.2 million. Okay, so you can see guys that out of the total revenue, or out of from that total revenue, 17.2 million revenue guys is actually coming from this age group between 18 to 20. Then guys, you can also see that the other age group guys between 40 to 50, you can see that we are getting 15.12 million revenue. And you can see guys that this number is actually going down as the age is actually increases. It means guys that definitely the teenagers, or let's say the people between 40 to 50, or 30 to 50, they are more active in comparison guys with that old age, let's say the customers. Okay, so 50 to 60, or who are actually maybe greater than 60, so they are, let's say, less active in comparison to the customer who are actually less than 50. Okay, so this is what guys we can observe over here into this particular chart. Okay, and one more thing guys, which is actually required into the formatting. I hope that if you remember it, into the effects, we can make sure that this should be 100%. And just like we have added earlier, we can try to add some border and the shadow. Okay, just to make sure guys that my each and every piece guys should looks like a similar. Okay, so you can try to give some pixel or some width, and that's all guys. Now you can see that this looks similar to your background, and this looks similar to whatever the theme you have like chosen earlier. Okay, is it clear guys to everyone, this particular chart? Any doubt or any query guys from this particular chart to anyone? I hope that this is pretty much clear to everyone. It's a bit easier to even, I think guys, understand. Yeah, guys. Any doubt, guys? And again, guys, moving forward, I again required your suggestion that okay, I draw the first chart. What can be the next one, guys? If I want to understand more about my customers, like what kind of customers I have, or what type of customers I have. So if I want to understand more about it, then what can be the next chart I can try to use over here? I can try to plot over here. Yeah, guys. Anyone with any suggestion, guys? Okay, right now, guys, before starting this, I actually talk about it. So that is nothing but over here we want to discuss more about the demographics. So we can actually talk about, let's say, the pie chart over here, where I can try to analyze, let's say, guys, the customer based on the gender, and we can see, guys, that whether we are getting more sales from the female customers, or whether we are getting, let's say, more sales from the like a male customers. Okay, so that is the next thing we can try to plot it over here. Okay, so for that, guys, the formatting will be same. What I can do, I can try to take a gender onto the legend, and I can again try to drag, let's say, the total revenue over here. Okay, and even guys into this, if you want to add a bit more variety or something, so we can even try to move on to some other charts, but I think this is good. You can just try to go into the formatting, and let me do the formatting guys from here first. So I will drag and drop it over here, and we got our male and female percentage. The next thing, guys, which I can try to do is definitely, guys, the color is not matching with our like a thing. So for female, I can try to take let's say this particular color over here, and let's say for male, I can try to change it to, let's say, the same dark purple one. Okay, that makes more sense. And now, guys, over here we don't require the legend because everything can be shown at one single place. So I can remove the legend and I can just try to add all detail labels. Okay, now you can actually see, guys, that what is happening over here. So there's not much like a difference, guys, if you look at the pie chart over here, guys. So you're not able to find out more difference, but whatever, guys, the bit or little bit difference you are getting, you can understand that comparison wise. Okay, so if I just make the comparison over here, so comparison wise, comparatively, female customers are actually generating more revenue in comparison with the male customers. Okay, so that is what one thing we can observe. Okay, so of sorry, of the total revenue, guys, if I talk about 51.27, okay, of the total revenue, 51.27 revenue has been generated by female customers, whereas I can say, guys, that 48.73 like a percent revenue has been generated by like a male customer. Okay, and you can see the numbers as well. Okay, is it clear, guys, to everyone, both the charts which we have prepared over here? Yeah, both the charts, guys, are pretty much I think clear to everyone. Yeah, guys. Okay, now, guys, the next thing which we can try to add it over here is definitely they're not we don't have like so many things over here. If you look at into the like a columns, or if you look at into the sorry, the columns of the table itself, you're not able to find out, guys, there's so many informations over there. So what the next thing, guys, I can try to add it over here. I can try to add this matrix. Okay, and definitely, guys, because the matrix require a lot of space, so because I don't have like so many things, guys, to discuss over here, so I can just try to add matrix. So two charts we already have on the left. Now on the right, I can try to add one matrix where I can try to add multiple information. Now if you just try to stick to your customer table itself, guys, so in that customer table itself there are like the information which we can try to take on. If I want to just understand, guys, like based on the customer itself, like which customer is most profitable, or let's say if I want to just understand that which customer is actually giving me that let's say more amount of sell, because over here, guys, we have the customer name also. So what I can do, I can try to drag this customer name into the rows because there are so many customer, guys, so it can easily arranged over here. And again, guys, I will try to make that like a filter, because you have like lot of customers over here. So it is actually, if it is come in alphabetical order, then it is not making any sense. Or rather than, guys, making any sense, it will not give you any kind of a information or any kind of a like let's say the important insight to me. So what I will do, I will take the customer name over here, and then into the column, guys, I will try to add the regions, because region is actually one column where we have four different regions. Okay, so it ultimately, guys, the use of this region over here, that it can automatically fill up my the table over here, fill up my matrix over here. And we also able to know that let's say if there's any let's say the customer. Okay, so let's say if I talk about the top 10 customer, okay, so I can see that out from that top 10 customers, let's say that like maximum customer coming from which particular region. Okay, so I can try to drag the region over here and put it into the columns. So in that case, you can see there is that it is automatically increases over here. The reason thing guys can be fragmented or can be divided just into one more way, that is you can try to add the city, or you we can also guys think of one more thing. Okay, so like the reason is fine, that which customer is coming from which region. Let's say guys, in the region there are four different regions we have. So even guys, if you want to divide it on the basis of the category also, that is also perfect, like a thing over here. But fine, I think right now if I make it with respect to the reason, then it is fine. Let's try to add the total revenue guys into the values. Okay, you can see here that we are getting some values over here, some revenue value on the at the end, and you can see here that even a single customer is actually giving let's say a lot of sales, and that's a good thing about this data. It means guys that we have more repeat customers over here. Now again guys, that is also one thing which I want to analyze over here. So what I will do, I will go in the transaction table, and there's a repeat customer column we have created, repeat purchase rate and repeat customers. Okay, so that can also be added over here into, let's say, okay, it is just 1 and 0. uh, One second guys, we need to check this out, that how this repeat customers are actually uh, there. So if I talk about our repeat customers, where is that repeat customer? Okay, I think it's just a measure we have created over here. We have not created it as a mm, column. Yeah, we have not created it as a column, guys. So instead of that, I think it will not make a lot of sense over here if I go ahead with that repeat customer. Instead of that, guys, there is one more thing which we have created over here is customer segment. Yeah, but again, there are like a lot of things created over here. One more thing, guys, let me just try it out over here. If I just try to drag this over here and then try to make something. Mm. Okay, so we got four different, or I think six different lists over here for repeated customer. One second, guys. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah, okay. So I think I have taken the customer segment over there to understand what are the different segments we have. But again, guys, this is going to be a long number of columns. So I think one, two, three, four, five. Then we have the premium customer over here. Then we have premium loyalist, and this group is actually increases over here. So let's say if I talk about this customer, which is on the first like a number, let's say Aaron Caldidon. So he's actually a big spender, and then we are getting the total revenue over here. Then we have Aaron Evans is a lost customer, and the total we are getting it over here. Okay, so Fine, this can also be done, but again, guys, this will right now not gives you a lot of information because the frequency and other things are missing over here. So I think what I think on the first stage, the reason that is like maybe perfect. The next thing, guys, which you can do, because what I'm thinking that I'm just trying to expanding the table just to utilize the entire space. But I think better than that, we can try to increase that size so that we can actually adjust each and everything over here. So let me first try to apply this format painter so that it becomes similar to like the other two charts. Now let me try to add it, guys. Okay, so I think I've already we have already done it earlier also, and it will become good. So we can try to take, guys, any other, let's say the option, whatever you think that best suited over here. Okay, I think bold header, maybe we can try to take. And I think, guys, what I have done earlier is from this grid, I try to change the size over here. So width can be increases along with the height. Okay, so over here I can try to take this color as let's say purple, and it's a horizontal one. Similarly, guys, the vertical can also be increased. I can again try to take the same color. I can try to increase the width so that I can get till the end. Okay, so I think this width is actually too much. I can try to make it let's say 4 and or 5, and the same thing, guys, can be increased over here. Now with this, guys, what will happen, this looks like pretty much similar. I think 2 and 4 is good. With 5 and 3 it becomes like more visible. So instead of doing all this, I can also try to focus on increase the size. So if I can try to increase the size of the values, ultimately, guys, the things become more stable. So I can try to make it as 11. The column header, I can try to change it to, let's say, 12. Uh, okay. And the same, guys, goes with the row header. I can try to change it to 12 as well. Okay. Or we can even try to take it as, let's say, 13 over here. And the same thing, guys, with the values, which right now I have taken as 11, I can try to make it as 12. So with that, guys, you can see that we are able to cover the entire space, which and because of which, guys, I am thinking of like adding something else. Okay, so I think, guys, this makes more sense. And then we can try to increase the size over here a bit. Okay, and even if there's a small space between multiple table, this is also fine. Now right now, guys, the customer name which you are getting it over here, it actually comes in the alphabetical order. Now let's see, guys, that what can be done over here if I just want to see that top 20 top 30 customers, because there's so many customers, guys, so I cannot just see that top 10 or something. And at the bottom, guys, you can also see that what are the total sales coming from each region. That is again, guys, a very important insight for us. Now I can go into the filter, guys, and I can what I can try to do over here, I can try to add the filtering. I can try to make it as top n, and I can see take, guys, let's say top 25 customers over here, and on the basis of revenue. So in that way, guys, what will happen? I'm not getting the data over here with respect to the in the alphabetical order or something. It is more about, guys, that which customer is actually giving let's say the more benefit and all. Okay. So ultimately, guys, what will happen? You got the list of top 30 customers. You can also see, guys, that you can, if you want like top 30 or something, you can actually do that. And now you can see that top 30 customers list, we are getting it over here. You can again see that that space why it actually get reduced. So in that case, guys, you can just try to check that width and layout again, and just make sure that you are taking that entire space over here. Okay, So you can see guys, now it is done, and you got guys the list of top 30 customers over here. Okay, so you don't have guys a very long list over here. So let's say guys that on the monetary basis. Okay, so right now guys, definitely we have created those columns like recency, frequency, monetary, and for that guys, I will definitely in the third page guys, we'll try to analyze that as well, that who are our top customers, or sorry, who are our like loyal customer, who are the premium customer, and more focus guys will be on that customer who are actually at risk. Okay, so we are going to discuss all these things. We are going to develop even that one last chart, so that is definitely guys that can be covered in one single like a frame, in one single report. But over here also guys, you can see that your top 30 customers, or let's say your top 50 customer, based on the monetary value, based on like what kind of a sales they are actually giving you. Okay, so you can see guys that Alan Smith is actually coming on like coming over here, and the Alan Smith, if I talk about the total sales guys coming from this particular customer, it is actually guys let's say 86,558. Okay, so it is good, and you can see guys that okay, it might be a possibility guys that the name is actually repeated. Okay, so in that case guys, you can even try to remove that like a customer name, and you can try to take it on the customer ID, because it is possible guys that that two customer can have the same name. Because of that, maybe you can see that there's a 41,000 of sales from the north region, and then 45,000 of sales from the west region. Okay, so this might be a possibility guys that we have two customer with the same name, Alan Smith, and one Alan Smith is actually living in north, and another Alan Smith is maybe living in south west. Okay, or it is also possible guys that, let's say for me, let's say my hometown is in Varanasi, but I'm living in like my office is in Delhi, so I'm living in Delhi. So let's say if I went to my like a hometown, so it is possible that from where there also I can make some order, and then maybe I'm making a regular order from which is my from my office like location, Delhi or Noida. So even that is also the possibility, but in order to be double sure, you can even try to replace this customer like a name with the customer ID if you want. Okay, so over here there may be a customer ID as well. Okay, so you can see guys that then it is actually changes. You can again see, check into the filter. So it actually applied on to the customer ID, I guess. Yeah. So top, and we can okay, so it's already applied on to the customer name. So you can actually check guys that if you want to remove it, and if you want to apply onto the basis of customer ID, yes, we can do that. Let's say top 50 customers over here. I can try to add the total revenue, apply filter. Now I can see guys that because ultimately guys, with the customer ID, we can easily find out the customer name. That's not a big thing. And you can see guys that it is not repeated from different location, from a different region. Okay, so my observation guys, or my assumption is actually correct, that like that they are actually we have like a customer with the same name. Okay, so over here guys, what is happening, you can check that we have customer 100153, and this particular customer guys actually give you the maximum sell and of 88,000, and he's coming from south. Okay, then we have another customer 161, he's giving you a sale of 72,000, he's coming from south as well. Okay, then we have another customer from east, and he's giving you the sale of let's say 71,000, he's coming from east. Okay, so it is fine guys. Now even if you want to check even their names, you can try to take that name into the slicer, and you can see guys that for which customer we are actually talking about over here. Okay, even guys, if you click on this customer, you can see guys that which particular age group this customer is belonging. So this customer is belonging guys to this particular age group, 18 to 30, and this he like if I talk about this particular customer guys, so she's a female. Okay, you can see that. Okay, similarly if I click on the second customer, you can see guys that what is the he's actually belonging to like 50 to 60 like age, and she's again guys she's a female. Okay, Then if I talk about the third customer, so you can see guys that he's belonging to 30 to 40, and she's again a female. Okay. So all these things guys you can actually observe, and you can try to actually check it out over here. Okay. And below the customer ID, if you want, you can even try to drag the customer name, because it's up to you that if you try to click on that plus, then only guys that customer name will appear. Okay, so there's a customer name also you're getting. So if I talk about guys the customer name over here, so this customer name is Caleb Brooks. Okay, who is actually giving you the sell of let's say 88,000. Okay, then if I want to talk about this customer, he's Sarah Rose. Okay, so anytime guys the company can actually understand that the customer who is actually giving let's say a maximum sell, or let's say the maximum revenue, then you can check that from which like reason the customer is coming in, what is the age of that particular customer, and then what is the gender of that particular customer. So each and every information guys the client can actually check on this single page. Okay, so in this way guys you try to add like a more informative, I mean, information into your report. You try to make your overall report guys as much for like informative. Okay, so you can see guys that in a single table it's not like just one or two information, there are a lot of information guys present on a single table. Okay, so just like guys if there's any complaint when you try to make a call to for your complaint or for your issue, so what actually happened over there, like a person, the consultant person will actually take your call, and then very first thing guys he or she is trying to ask that what is your like order ID or what is your customer ID. Okay, mainly the order ID column is not given over here. So fine, so he or she asks for your order ID, and then guys let's say this kind of a table can be over there, and he can see that okay, she can check that okay the order ID is this, then this may belonging to let's say this customer, and then he can see then check the name of that customer. Now guys over here if I have the category also, I can again check that what particular category in which you actually buy the item. Then if there's a product name also, I can even again check guys. So if I just try to connect guys all these like pages, everything guys is visible on like on a single report guys to that consultant person. Okay, so even guys when you try to publish it on on onto the like a cloud, so in that case guys if you have the organizational mail ID, so we try to publish it onto the cloud. So in the cloud guys you'll get the pages like 1 2 3 in that in a row. Okay, just like you're getting it in the PDF format. Okay, so anytime guys if I want to get any information about and definitely guys the informations are actually bifurcated. So if I want to see the whole information of this customer, I can simply click on it guys, and you'll see that each information about this customer can be visible, because ultimately guys there's in the report one also you'll see that like a changes is actually happening. Okay, so if I click on it, you'll see that over here also guys the changes are happening. And if I connect guys this page to my like a second page, so even you can see that changes over here also. Okay, so you can actually check that what product he actually buys, then what payment method he has used. Again he's coming from the north region, then again from the north region from which city he's coming from, what category he actually like the product belongs to and all. Okay, so you get all the information of a customer in a single click. Okay, is it clear guys to everyone? Yeah. Guys, is it clear to everyone? There any doubt or query, guys, to anyone? Okay, so I just want guys that now this page is completed. You can simply try to add again that text box, means the title of this page. Along with that, guys, slicer is important to be added on this page. And then, guys, in the last page, we'll talk about the segmentation. We'll talk about that how many customer belonging to different segment, and then based on that, how we can probably take like any decision or like a prediction going forward. Okay, is that clear, guys? Yeah. So guys, again, I'm having the same request. If you get any time, just try to create at least few things from your end, which we can definitely discuss into the class and can move forward. Okay. Clear, guys? Any question, any doubt to anyone? Yeah. Okay, guys, then I think that's all for today. I hope that this whatever the things we have discussed today, it is really, really like important and makes a lot of sense. So I hope that you really enjoy the session. Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye. Good night.